A new CBS News investigation has found evidence of mass murder by a Russian mercenary army that's responsible for some of the bloodiest fighting in Ukraine. You'll recall that last week we showed you how the Wagner Group, described as a transnational criminal organization by the American government, plunders gold and other resources in the Central African Republic to pay for its war machine. Debora Patta spoke to eyewitnesses who describe a massacre there, and we warn you, what they reveal is distressing.
The killing grounds of Bucha in the opening months of the war in Ukraine. On every street corner, evidence of the horrors that took place, beamed around the world and quickly investigated as potential war crimes committed by the Kremlin's troops, including Russian mercenaries from the notoriously brutal Wagner Group. The year before, another massacre, but thousands of miles away in the Central African Republic town of Bambari. Here, no international spotlight, no prosecutors documenting the mass murder of civilians, and no one to implicate those mercenaries. Only a president who turns a blind eye, protected by those same Wagner gunmen in exchange for lucrative contracts to mine gold. And a country so gripped by fear, not a single atrocity was reported to a government commission of inquiry. CBS News has pieced together an account of that massacre through eyewitnesses whose names have all been changed to protect their identities. CAR refugee Medina fled to neighboring Cameroon after the Russian mercenaries attacked Bambari and seized control of the family's gold trading business. She was so terrified, she hid under her bed for 3 days. They were shooting at us from the ground, she said, and planes fired from the sky.
No idea how many people died.
So many people died, she sighed. It was hard to count. Medina washed the bodies of the women who'd been gunned down. The bloodbath, her son Usman told us, began shortly before midday prayers. It was total carnage, like Armageddon, he said. They spoke Russian, even Chechen. Authorities claim there was an operation at the time to root out rebels, but some of the dead were found at this local mosque. Photos taken after the massacre show walls pockmarked by gunfire, and the bodies of over 100, mostly civilians, were counted, their names recorded by a community health worker called Mubarak, who was later abducted, presumed dead. On Mubarak's list was Usman's brother, hit and killed by a sniper while running from the gold mine to help their mother and sister Alzina. When they entered our house, they ordered all the men to step out. Some were arrested, others killed on the spot, Alzina said. Many did not come back. She was taken to a Wagner base and raped, we were told. The memory so traumatic, she cannot speak about it. Her brother picked up the story after we were forced to move to a different location for security reasons. She begged me for forgiveness, he later told us, and says she might as well be dead now. Another sister suffered a similar fate. They raped her in our home. It became Wagner's house, he said. They drank and carried out those heinous acts. Usman carries the weight of both his sister's pain, frequently breaking down weeping in our interviews with him and asking what his family had ever done to Vladimir Putin to deserve this. It is an achingly familiar cry half a world away in Ukraine, where civilians wonder how many more victims of Putin's bloody war will be added to a staggering list of tens of thousands of potential Russian and Wagner war crimes. For CBS Mornings, Debora Patta, Kyiv.
I'm so proud of the journalism that Debora is doing, because she points out, rightly so, in her piece that there has not been an international spotlight. There are no prosecutors looking to bring those perpetrators to justice. Only this light that is being shown on those victims.
Deborah is a fantastic reporter.
Yeah.
It's very upsetting and chilling what she's telling us.
It's heartbreaking.
Now people
Absolutely
can
heartbreaking.
see for yourself.
Exactly right.